Thursday night football from Austin Field. The Chandler Wolves, the flag football team, getting back at it as they welcome in the Gilbert Tigers right here on the Chandler High Sports Network. Good evening, everyone. Joe Pequeno right here, running the show in the press box alongside the man with multiple cameras, Paulo Hutchison, and his new animated Chandler Wolf in the big screen. You're not being attacked by a gigantic wolf that has been engineered in some genetic lab in Russia. It's just a computer animated graphic with the rotating football. So back to football, where the ladies are coming off a heartbreaking 3-0 loss against Desert Ridge. Multiple opportunities in the red zone, and they just cannot capitalize. And we saw outstanding performances by the Gonzalez sisters. Carmen, number 21, the senior, and Jacqueline, the freshman. Of course, we saw some good things by the multiple quarterbacks we saw on the night. And we saw a pair that really know how to sling it, and Allison Padilla, and then in relief was Ariana Martin, a sophomore. And when I think football, I think Vanilla Ice and VIP. A little Ice Ice Baby. So while we're rocking to Vanilla Ice, Gilbert comes to town, and this is a squad, a record of 4-3. They're coming off a 35-0 shellacking of South Mountain, and they have got some players that can flat out ball, and it starts with their quarterback, who is simply dynamic, and that is Layla Barton, a sophomore. Make that Lila Barton. 115 for 192, 1,374 yards, 20 touchdown passes, 9 interceptions. The long on the year is 61 yards, and she's also rushed for 206 yards and 2 touchdowns. We're going to take a moment for the school announcements and the national anthem. Then it's the Chandler Wolves taking on the visiting Gilbert Tigers. Keep it locked, keep it loaded. National anthem right now. National anthem in the books. Of course, Chandler, they're decked out in the home navy blue. And you can see the captains coming out for Chandler. Autumn Saavedra, number 12, number 21, Carmen Gonzalez, who is just a lethal flag football machine. Nizoni Begay Smith. Make that Nizoni, if I said that correctly. And number 24, Allison Padilla, who can rifle fastballs in the pocket all over the field. So a heartbreaking loss by the Wolves the other night. So many chances, and one, as they reflect on, will probably surmise that they gave the game away. And basically, Desert Ridge scored after getting a couple personal foul penalties by Chandler. So they really capitalized on some mistakes by the Wolves. So now the Wolves are wiping the slate clean, record of 1-4. They've got some good players, and they're going to take on this very dangerous Gilbert High team, a squad with 4 wins. They opened with a road loss at Castile, 24-21, bounced back and rattled Perry 27-0. Lost a tight one at home to Desert Vista 21-14 and manhandled Maryville 66-0. Went to Dobson, won 21-0. Lost at Hamilton 41-0, and then bounced back with a 35-0 win over South Mountain. Chandler getting back at it after a couple home losses. One to Millennium, which was one they'd rather forget, and of course the one on Tuesday night against Desert Ridge. Tonight's temperatures absolutely gorgeous. Just great conditions for football tonight. Part of the Thursday night fiesta. So if you're saying, Joe, what about in the NFL? What about the Broncos and the Saints? That doesn't matter. That is second-tier football. The real football is kicking off here in a matter of seconds. And you've got Chandler. They'll receive. Gilbert, of course, they are visiting in the white and black shorts. Chandler in the home blue tops, and Arietta Martin is back to receive, as well as the woman of steel, Remington Douglas. Number one, we call her Steel because the show back in the day, Remington Steel. I know it's probably for all you newcomers, you're like, what is he talking about? Needs to say, she is the woman of steel. So Martin and Steel ready to receive. And this one is just seconds away from kicking off. So here we go. And this one, a nice little pooch. Douglas picks it up off the couple hops. Rolling to her right. Avoids the tackle or flagpole and still on her feet. How about Remington? Out past the 50. Putting on the Jets. Takes it about the 49-yard line, and that is excellent field position for the Wolves to start this contest. Of course, they come in with weapons galore. Padilla, Allison, the senior, she can chuck it. Carmen Gonzalez, Jacqueline Gonzalez. There is plenty of firepower for this team to light it up down the field. And Mariah Brookson in the backfield. So there is weapons galore. Jordan Moreland on the top of your screen. Bottom of your screen is Jacqueline Gonzalez. Jacqueline's 25. And in the slot upstairs is Carmen. So both the Gonzalez sisters, you almost feel like they have some kind of NFL DNA in their body because they can catch anything. They are two of the best receivers in flag football in the state. Padilla with a shotgun, a couple backs in the backfield. Good snap. Time to throw. Whips it, and that is just a little too high for Carmen. A little bit of the out route right there, so it's going to bring up a second down. Clock will continue to run because in flag football, it just runs other than a timeout, essentially, and a injury per se, and just continues to go. So, or if the officials take a timeout as well, sometimes they need to regroup. Of course, Chandler High, coached by Daniel Cayo, and on the other side, Brian Winstead, the head coach for the Gilbert Tigers. Brings up a second down. Great field position to start this one. Padilla, one back in the backfield. Good snap. Rushing two. This one floated out to the right side. Justice Sims. And Sims gets the flag pulled roughly about the 46-yard line. So a small pickup on the play as Sims with the little out route right there. We appreciate you dialing us up on the Chandler High YouTube channel. You can also find us on Roku, Hulu, Prime, Netflix, HBO, Showtime, all the channels. Padilla, shotgun, in motion is Remington. Steele, RPO, they flip it out, and that was destined to fail. On that kind of play, they should just let Remington take the direct snap and take off. And that was a play. Padilla was on a big rush, and she tried to float it out to Remington and fell incomplete. So it brings up a third down. And the way Gilbert scores, it's almost imperative that Chandler High gets some points on the board this evening. Third down situation, Padilla, good snap, will stop and fire, fires this one out to Remington Douglas. And Remington on fourth down comes up short and a turnover on down. So now the Tigers, they come out, and this is a unit that has had great offensive success. They're averaging 26.28 points. And kids in school, they teach you to round up or round down. In that case, we're going the opposite. So now it's their quarterback, and we kind of talked about the great Lilo Barton putting up all kinds of ridiculous numbers. Player in motion, RPO, they hand off, and they go outside on the run, crossing the 50, and still on her feet, and finally taken down at about the 45-yard line. And that was Savannah Young showing all kinds of spin cycles and then some. Young just getting that snap and turning the corner and going upfield. So a tremendous start offensively for Gilbert. Of course, Gilbert just up the road. Longtime rivals. They've played in numerous sports throughout the time. And how about Barton with the quick throw in the flat? Another good pickup by Gilbert as they continue their first offensive series. And that ball gets moved down to, they mark the ball at the 35-yard line. A penalty against Chandler. So Chandler hurting their cause defensively. Barton, once again, they go inside, and good flag pull. And right now, Tigers are going to their bread and butter. It's a combination of Barton and Savannah Young just running the offensive show. Loss on the play brings up a second down. It's very sunny outside, so right now I've got the binoculars going. Barton shotgun, and that's going to be an offsides by Chandler. That one not even close. Destiny Keaton jumped in a big way. Destiny played an outstanding game the other night in the loss to Desert Ridge. She was flying all over the field. Great flag pulls, and that's actually a call that goes against Gilbert High. So Chandler gets a break as the ball gets pushed back out past the 40 to about the 43-yard line. So it brings up a second down. So we've seen Barton sparingly throwing out of the pocket. Now she's going to have her opportunity. Shoots this one downfield, and a good toss across the 35 down about the 33-yard line. On the reception for Gilbert, Kalia Dana, a senior wide receiver, linebacker. There's a slew of kids on this Gilbert team that can flat out bring it offensively. Barton shotgun. They fake the RPO. That is fired across the middle inside the 30. Aubrey Flores on the reception. So when we talk about this Gilbert team, and they are just loaded with all kinds of offensive weapons. And we'll kind of break it down for you as the information's being loaded up, courtesy of Mydell and courtesy of Max Preps. So Barton shotgun. Good snap. Chandler rushes to, fires, and that is going to be incomplete. Good defense by Chandler. Autumn Saavedra with the fantastic coverage. And looking for a penalty was Jasmine Guerrero. She felt that there was a slight pull and didn't get the call. So good defense by Chandler. So now it's Chandler High. Back offensively after holding on downs. Padilla in the shotgun, trips upstairs. Douglas down below. Now it's Gonzalez in the slot. Big rush, and that is dumped off. And that's going to be a loss on the play. Padilla on the dump off to Brookson. And that play, call it a loss of 3 as Gilbert was coming full force and read it cleanly. The big thing for this Chandler High team is to get the ball out of Padilla's hands quickly, because they've got the skill at wide receiver and they've got the speed. So it's not really, in this case, don't overthink it a little bit. Just get the ball out to the big players that get things done. Jacqueline Gonzalez at the bottom of your screen. Douglas up top. Good snap for Padilla. Flips it out, and that is incomplete. Looking for Saavedra in the flat.
Pass ball is incomplete. Third down.
So it brings up a third down. And when we look at this Gilbert team defensively, they're led by number 4, Kalia Dana, who comes in with 41 flagpoles. That's just tremendous. That is just athleticism, moving east-west, north-south, and being able to pull that yellow flag. Third down, Padilla shotgun. Big rush by Gilbert, and that one is picked off and going the other way into the end zone. We just talked about her, Kalia Dana, on the pick 6. Dana, who once again leads the team in tackles, takes it back the other way. Call it a 25-yard pick 6. And it's the Tigers striking first. Read that one well. That ball just hung in the air. And Dana just gobbled it and took off to the house. Now in for the extra point attempt is Jalissa Guerrero. Guerrero, good snap. Fires this one up, and wow, this one was a boot. That might have made it from 30. So it's the Tigers setting the tone defensively. Dana, the senior, with the pick 6, and Guerrero with the point after. 7-0 with 4:28 left in the first. Gilbert 4-3 on the year. Chandler struggling just a tad. Doing their best to try to keep it together, but so far the football gods have not been in their favor. Martin now in at quarterback, and Martin tried to dart up the middle, and the flagpole was a good one.
Martin decides to keep it. Stop short. Second down.
Gilbert showing their quickness and athleticism. And on the tackle, looks like it was Savannah Young. Of course, some of these ladies have long hair, so it's kind of hard to see their jersey number, but we'll do our best. So now it's Gonzalez at the bottom of your screen, as well as Douglas. Jordan Moreland also trips at the bottom. Douglas in motion. Martin, good snap. Dumps it out to Douglas in a flat, and Douglas, very, very short pickup, if any. In on the tackle was Briley Gaylord.
Stopped in the backfield.
Call it a tackle or call it just a magnificent flagpole. We're winding down to 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Mother Nature, absolutely picture perfect. This is what you call Chamber of Commerce Chandler weather. And Martin needs a Chamber of Commerce big play on third down. Try to avoid a big rush, fires it over the middle, and that is at the feet of the senior, Carmen Gonzalez.
That'll bring up fourth down.
And that's going to bring up a fourth down as Chandler will be forced to punt. So Gilbert comes up with the pick six, and then they go back and force a 3-and-out. Now it's going to be up to Chandler, their special teams, as well as their defense to come up with a big play. Gilbert showing their ability to execute on the road. And this is high in the air, taken by the up. And how about the pull by Douglas? That is what you call going full throttle with a purpose. So Gilbert will start good field position, roughly midfield, about the 49-yard line. Another offensive possession for quarterback Lila Barton and her offensive crew. Squad putting up 26 points a game, one back in the backfield, one receiver up top, one another. They run a little RPO, a little flip out in the flat, and flag pull, and good work by
That's Lexi Reyes on the stop.
the Wolves.
Gain of about 1 yard.
Short gain on the play as the pass was tossed out to Jalissa Guerrero. Second down. Wolves defense looking to come up with their own pick six. Barton, one back in the backfield. Trips at the bottom of your screen. Barton, time to throw. She's going to let it fly. That's a bullet right there. That is in and out of the hands.
Steelers pass broken up by Hamilton.
That was intended for Aubrey Flores. And if Flores just would have kept running, that might have had the ability to go the distance. That was just really a bullet down the field. So a third down as time is winding down in this first quarter. Chandler rushing one. Pressure, ball's up in the air, and that is into traffic, and Flores tried to come down. Oh, and there's a late flag. And that's a hard one, ladies and gentlemen, because that ball, it might as well brought down Christmas snow with it. It was hanging in the air forever. There's three Chandler Wolves in the secondary. Now there's a Wolves player that is down, and we'll try to get a number for you. So as they attend to the injured Chandler player, and that's number 2, Dea Regino, there was 2 flags against Chandler, a roughing the passer penalty and a pass interference penalty. Now, I didn't see the roughing the passer, but the pass interference, I mean, that is such a judgment call. The ball is hanging in the air. There was 3 Chandler players around 1 receiver for Gilbert. Needs to say they're going to work on Regino, and while they work on getting her back on her feet, we're going to work on taking a timeout. And right now, Regino is being helped to the sidelines, and prayers for her and her family. I mean, the last thing you want to do, we kind of talk about it, player safety, regardless of the outcome, regardless of wins, losses, draws, ties. Player safety is the absolute most important thing. And Regino, as you can see the bottom of the screen, she's being helped off. She's being attended to. Her teammates are around her, and my heart goes out to that young lady. So first down for Gilbert inside the 40. Little trickeration as they try to go down the field on the wide receiver pass. And I love Gilbert just digging into the playbook. Jalissa Guerrero, just a little short, but the pass play was open. And the Chandler coaches talking to the ladies in the secondary about exactly where they need to be. Time is winding down in this first quarter. And that will do it for the first quarter. We'll take a short timeout here from Austin Field. Tigers and Wolves. Wolves chasing a 7-0 deficit. So here come the Tigers back on offense to start this second quarter, leading 7-0. They scored on a Kalia Dana 25-yard pick six. Barton, and that's a bad snap, and that one's heading to Mesa. North Mesa, that is. So a bad snap that went way over the head of Barton. So that's going to bring up a third down, and the Wolves get a break as they are pushed all the way back to close to the 50-yard line. Call it the 49. And that is where they're dialed in. So Barton, who's got some arm strength, she can sling it. She's not afraid to throw it. And Gilbert, led by head coach Brian Winstead, they're not afraid to dig into the playbook. Man in motion. Barton. They fake the RPO. Barton rolling to her right, being chased. And Barton rolls out of it. How about the quickness? Still on her feet, and the flag drops. Good pursuit by Chandler. And finally, in on the flagpole, Sedona Hamilton, but she was chased by Destiny Keaton in a big way. Great coverage by Chandler High. It's going to bring up a fourth down, and Chandler High will receive the punt, and going back to receive is Jordan Moreland and Justice Sims also coming back in. And Sims just getting on the field last second, and Moreland takes it up, tries to turn the corner, still on her feet. Moreland, and flag is pulled roughly at the 30-yard line. So Chandler, deep in their territory, they're going to have to go 70 yards plus. So we saw Allison Padilla briefly, then Ariana Martin came out. So Martin looks like she's staying in at quarterback, surrounded by Remington Douglas, Carmen Gonzalez, number 21, Jacqueline Gonzalez, to name a few. Martin stepping up, tries to avoid the rush, and that's just a great flag pull by Gilbert. The good teams that play great defense, they really collapse on the RPO keeper up the middle. So Martin's going to have to understand that ultimately she's going to have to make plays getting it to her receiving core, and pretty quickly. Martin in the shotgun. Under 10 minutes left in the second. Martin flips it out. And that's to Carmen Gonzalez, and Gonzalez flag pulled immediately. And you can see this Gilbert team, Kalia Dana. Dana, who had the pick 6, the leading tackler on this team with 41, comes up with another quick tackle. So it brings up a 3rd down for Chandler. Ariana Martin and Douglas, bottom of your screen. Carmen Gonzalez, top of your screen. Jacqueline Gonzalez in the slot. One back in the backfield. Martin, good snap. Gilbert rushes 2. She roams to her right. Now Martin will take off. And that flag is pulled once again. Great work by Gilbert. And it's Briley Gaylord on the tackle. So Chandler High learning quickly that Gilbert, they are quick and they can read and they can move to the ball quickly. So Gilbert will have another chance on offense. And Saavedra back to punt for Chandler High. Boots this one. Taken about the 47. Work to the outside. A good pickup on the play by Kalia Dana. So Kalia Dana is showing not only is she a threat defensively, also showing her ability offensively as well. So far, it's this Chandler High team has been stuck in neutral offensively. Just really things haven't gone well for them and trying to figure it out. Kind of look at the course of their season and how things have gone, and opportunities have been there and just haven't worked out for them in key situations. But they are here and they're battling tonight to try to get a W. Barton, direct snap. They run the RPO outside and the pitch. A good one. Good pickup by Jalissa Guerrero. Senior plays a little wide receiver, a little running back, a little safety. Good pickup on the play, moves the ball down to about the 42-yard line. Gilbert on the move. Couple receivers. Bottom of your screen, Barton will take off. And Barton works it inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line. Flag pulled by Alexis Reyes. So Gilbert, another good offensive play as they try to add to their 7-0 lead. Call it a first down on the option. Barton wraps her flag around her waist. She's got 3 wide receivers up top, 1 down below, gets rid of it quickly, and they run the wide receiver option pass. And how about the breakup? Looks like that was Reyes bringing the goods. Make that a correction. That was Autumn Saavedra with the tremendous play, knocking it away. So outstanding work by Saavedra. Brings up a 2nd down as we work our way under 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Sun slowly setting. And Barton trying to set Chandler down tonight. Big rush. Throws it up, and she has a receiver in the middle of the field. Martin with the big rush. Make that Destiny Keaton with the big rush on Barton. And Barton was able to avoid Destiny Keaton and work it inside the 35 down to about the 37. Tremendous individual play by Lila Barton. Chandler trying to tighten up defensively. Here comes Keaton, and that's another bullet over the middle. Barton throwing some lasers, just shooting him across, and on the reception is Dana. So Dana's a dual threat. Defensively, she'll lock you up. She'll pick you off. Offensively, she'll track down passes and create space for her quarterback. 4 and change. Barton and the Tigers taking their sweet time. They got the lead. They got the ball. Scoreboard's in their favor. That's the triple threat right there, folks. Barton, good snap. Big rush. Fires. Another connection. And right now, Lila Barton in a groove in the pocket. Big toss downfield. So a first down inside the 20. They go back to Dana. Dana races across the field. Dana still on her feet. Finally gets taken down at the 10-yard line. So Dana, short pass and ran about 30 yards to get a pickup of 5. And that's what you call the quality pursuit of happiness, where you were just dangling all over the field to pick up real estate. And that was a good effort by Dana to continue to move the Tigers closer to the end zone. Barton, inside handoff. Tigers turning the corner, but they can't get around Chandler. Coming up big, Sedona Hamilton coming off fierce on the edge. Sedona getting it done. And it brings up a third down. And you got to figure with Barton's arm strength, no trickeration here. Just let her throw in the pocket. And we've seen how good Kalia Dana is. See what she does here. She's going in the end zone, and that is picked off. Chandler coming up big in the back of the end zone. And that's Jordan Moreland. Moreland saves a possible touchdown. Moreland playing that safety position, goes up like a champ and secures it, and it's going back the other way. A big play for the Wolves as Jordan Moreland, the junior, 5'7", coming up big with the pick. So Chandler goes back to work. Chandler going back to work as they'll operate inside the 5 at their own 4. Moreland came up big. Now can the offense answer? And that's going to be either a false start or offsides against Chandler. It's a false start. That's going to push him back half the distance, and you hate to see that. Pushes them back a couple yards. It remains first down, 2 minutes and 21 seconds left in the first half. And now Chandler will call a timeout and talk some things over. While they're taking a timeout, so are we. You're watching the Wolves and Tigers. Thursday Night Football, flag football style from Austin Field on one destination, the Chandler High Sports Network. So, in case I stop talking, it's from having a sugar coma for all the candy I ate today. I'll apologize now. Martin, shotgun. Martin will just take it up the middle. And that flagpole, Gilbert just so relentless. They are quick to the ball, and they are decisive on the flagpole. Martin will go to the sidelines and get a play call as we wind down to under 2 minutes left in this first half. So glad you can join us right here. Thursday night football from Austin Field. Paulo Hutchinson on the live screen. And maybe Paulo can punch up the intimidating big Chandler High mascot that he uses as part of the graphic package on the telecast. And that thing is tremendous. That is what you're going to see soon on the national telecast. It is so good. And the only thing's missing is if you had the Wolves on one side, the Wolves mascot, and the Tigers on the other side, and Paulo will have that at some point. Martin shotgun, buck 20. Chandler looking for a big play to turn the field. And that's going to be a penalty, a false start against Chandler. And Chandler right now, they want to move north, and right now they're heading south. So at this point, if they keep going, they're going to be in Yuma in a matter of seconds. So at some point, they got to flip this because they are drawing closer and closer to getting a safety by their own doing. And Martin right now, shotgun. She's got Jacqueline Gonzalez bottom of the screen. Martin steps up, fires it. And, oh, that is through the hands of Jacqueline Gonzalez. Usually so sure-handed. That glided through. And so it's going to be Gilbert with an opportunity. Chandler will be forced to punt, and Gilbert's going to have a chance with 56.1 seconds left to make some noise. Now Chandler and Gilbert are talking things over. We'll take a short timeout. So Chandler High coming back to punt. Or make that a third down situation. Third and long. Clock has started. Chandler trying to kill some time here. Martin fires it downfield. That's going to be over the head of Carmen Gonzalez. Now it's going to bring up a fourth down. Gilbert calls a timeout. Plenty of time for them to shoot the ball down the field. So that was a drive that started with promise after the Jordan Moreland interception and just fizzled with a couple penalties and the lack of execution. So Gilbert will have great field position as Autumn Saavedra will punt this one. And it's taken by the up person, and that is, of course, Dana, who's been everywhere. So it's going to be a great opportunity for Gilbert with great field position at the 25-yard line. Barton's got the arm strength, and one of her key weapons is Kalia Dana, and you can expect she'll look for her on this drive. Barton fires it out in the flat, little spin move, and good pickup by Jalissa Guerrero. Chandler High working quickly in on the flagpole, Sedona Hamilton, as well as Destiny Keaton. 25.8 seconds left. 25.8 seconds left is an eternity. So many good things can happen. And the Wolves are looking to make sure there is no celebrations by Gilbert to end this first half. They got to come up big defensively. They got the stop last time, courtesy of Jordan Moreland. And now a very sad moment as Dea Regino is being helped off on a cart. You can't see her because it's off the side of our screen, but Regino is being helped off the field. Second down, Barton. Dana's up top. One wide receiver in the slot. One close to the line of scrimmage. Barton, good snap. Plenty of time to throw. Fires downfield, going to the end zone, and she's got her man. Deep and in on the touchdown. Coming up big on the 23-yard touchdown is Jalissa Guerrero. And Barton, we talked about the arm strength. She was slinging it in pregame warm-ups, and the Wolves decided to only rush one. So she had plenty of time to throw the football, and that left Guerrero open. And this one is up, and this one is put through by Jalissa Guerrero. So Guerrero on the receiving end of a 22-yard touchdown, and then puts the point up and after. So 14-0 Tigers with 17.2 seconds left. We talked about this Gilbert offense putting up 26 points a game, a record of 4-3. Chandler, only one victory on the year, coming in 1-4. Couple home losses recently to Millennium and the heartbreaker of the other night to Desert Bridge. And now they trailing by 14 on home turf. 17.2 seconds left as they bring Padilla back in at quarterback. Remington Douglas at the bottom of your screen. Carmen Gonzalez in the slot. Jacqueline Gonzalez upstairs. Padilla, big rush. Padilla throws it downfield, and that is caught. How about the reception by Charisma Coleman? But unfortunately, that's going to end the half, and the Wolves, with an uphill battle, and it looks like there might be a potential penalty as the referees are talking this one through on the field. Now the Chandler High coach is coming out to talk to the referees as they try to decipher this final 8 seconds or so on that last play. And there might be a chance Chandler gets one more playoff. And once again, one play, one moment, piece of history can be made. Maybe it's a Hail Mary at the buzzer for the Wolves that gets them into the break, only trailing by 7. And the Chandler High fans now rooting the Wolves on. And you can hear them. And the chant of "You can do it" from, of course. So now the referees are saying there are now 13 seconds left in this one. So if I'm Chandler right here, this is what the play I'm drawing up, and I'm playing armchair quarterback. Padilla, quick strike, hit either Carmen or Jacqueline, and then pitch it to Douglas to take off and run the distance, because Douglas can outrun anyone on the field. 13 seconds. So Gilbert showing 2. They're bringing 4 across the line, 1 safety. Padilla surveying the field. Jacqueline Gonzalez up top. Padilla, good snap. Rolls to her left, fires this one deep down the field and just out of the reach of Carmen Gonzalez, who got tied up with the defensive back for Gilbert. That play ate up almost 4 seconds. 7.6 seconds left in this first half. Chandler hasn't had much success offensively. Gilbert bringing the pressure. They're rushing too, and that's the big thing. Put pressure on the quarterback, and so if you're Chandler, you got to make the plays quicker. You got to find those ins and out routes really quick. Padilla avoids the rush, steps up in a pocket, goes deep, and that is caught by Carmen Gonzalez inside the 35 to the 33. What a tremendous pickup, but that looks like that will end the first half, but it ends on the positive for the Wolves as they have a tremendous pickup. And the referees are talking this one over and asking, and that is official. Time has officially expired, as it looked like Chandler High was thinking they might have one final second. So we'll take a short timeout. The Wolves with an uphill battle, trailing the Tigers 14-0 here at Austin Field. You're watching Thursday Night Football. Who needs the Saints? Who needs the Broncos? We got the Wolves and Tigers right here in the heart of Chandler off Arizona Avenue, off the 202, right here on the Chandler High Sports Network. And we welcome you back to Austin Field, where you're not being attacked by a giant wolf that was created in a genetics lab in Russia, even though that sounds terrifying. And the only thing that could defeat him is the X-Men and Wolverine and Deadpool. Nope, that is a great graphic created by our own Paulo Hutchison. And I'm telling you, you're going to see this on the national scene. That is just tremendous. All he needs is to have that on one side and the tiger on the other, and that would be epic. And I know that's going to come at some point. And when he does, it's tremendous. So right now, it's the Wolves trailing by 14. Kalia Dana with a 25-yard pick, 6. And then it was a Barton touchdown pass to Jalissa Guerrero, 22 yards. And Guerrero 2-point afters, and that is where we are. So here comes Jacqueline Gonzalez, taken by the up person for the Tigers. Her flag drops immediately. And in case you know, there are a recall on flags across America that have just randomly fall off. So check your dealers across the country. Check your local Costco stores that are selling flags. And, of course, I'm absolutely kidding. So a ball worked out to about the 32-yard line. Chandler in that secondary, Sedona Hamilton, who's played a great first half. And, of course, the speed rusher, number 23, Destiny Keaton. Destiny on the outside. Little misdirection by the Tigers, and they get the flag pull by Alexa Reyes. Reyes had some good, strong moments in that first half as well. Thursday night football, Broncos leading the Saints 6-0. Saints without a couple of their key offensive receivers, and the Broncos just offensively challenged. So Barton going back to work. Last possession, a 22-yard touchdown pass to Jalissa Guerrero. And that is thrown out in the flat, and that's a good pass right there. Good pickup, and in on the flagpole, Autumn Saavedra. But you can tell Barton had time to survey the field and released it quickly and threw a nice strike down the field. Ball's worked out to about the 43-yard line. And now it looks like a Chandler player is being helped to get her shoelace tied. And the referee doing a great job on the field. Now he's working another Chandler player. And last I checked, tying shoelaces, well, I think they teach you that at an early age. But needs to say the referee showing his great leadership out there for the ladies. They get the helping hand. Now we play on. 3 wide receivers. Trips at the bottom. Looks like that might be a hold call, and that's a great throw out to Aubrey Flores, but that's probably going to come back. That's probably going to be against Gilbert, and that is the call. It's going to be a holding call. I'll call that a legal block, that is. And that's going to push them back, so Chandler gets a break. As, once again, Barton with the nice strike to Aubrey Flores. Flores a factor in the first half with a couple receptions. Chandler needing a big possession defensively. Maybe getting a pick 6 to kind of turn the tide. Barton looking so the referee having a discussion with the Chandler coaches. Player in motion for Gilbert. They fake the RPO. Barton throws it downfield, and that was underthrown. Good coverage by Chandler in the secondary. Lightning fast, and locking up the receiver was Dior Fall. Junior wide receiver, 5'7", athletic. And the Chandler High fans are chanting defense. They want a defensive stop. This one thrown over the middle. And that's incomplete, but there is a flag down. Referees. And illegal block by the Tigers. So Chandler, the beneficiary of a couple penalties by the Tigers offensively. Second down as the clock is going. Long first half. Both teams utilizing every timeout. They both have 3, but it seemed like they both had 10. The quickness of a flag football game was not that in the first frame. Barton avoids the rush, steps up, fires down the field, and almost a tremendous reception going up with the one hand and trying to bring it in. But a tremendous effort by Jasmine Guerrero. So you got to figure Jasmine and Jalissa could be sisters. We don't know if there's relations, but we're just going to assume so. So Chandler, a big third down opportunity defensively. Barton only rushing 1, now in her big rush. Destiny coming fast. Destiny around the end. Destiny doesn't get the flag pull, but puts enough pressure. And the flag did drop as Destiny did drag it down, but they say Barton is down at about the 35-yard line. So a tremendous effort by Destiny Keaton. So it brings up a 4th down. And this is an opportunity as Jordan Moreland, number 10, as well as Remington Douglas are back to receive. Moreland will take it inside of 38. Moreland to the outside. Moreland still on her feet. Moreland out past the 50 to the 45. Moreland finally dragged down at the 42-yard line. Great field position for the Wolves. Now can they capitalize? In case you like snacks, the snack bar, serving them up. Chips and Sour Patch candies. Sour Patch candies, and if you don't know what the Sour Patch, they're the little fruity kind of gel candies, and the greatest commercials. Because first those candies are sour, then they're sweet. First they're evil, and then they're all nice, warm, and cuddly. They're the greatest candy commercials ever. You know, one of my deepest nightmares is being attacked and haunted by Sour Patch candies. Being that's Halloween, there's my demented thought of the night. Padilla shotgun, great field position, fires, and that is almost picked off, and going back with an opportunity was Dana, and she is regretting that. That was in and out of her hands, and she was trekking full throttle. She had the metal on the pedal and was about to go the other way. So Padilla, thankful that one didn't go back the other way. A second down. Winding down to 6 minutes left in this third. Padilla, good snap, steps up, fires this one long, and this one is in and out of the hands of Jasmine Guerrero. So Padilla had the right idea, just didn't have enough of the strength to muster it down the field. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. Chandler High fans looking for a 1st down. We got some youngsters on the sidelines. The next generation of Wolves football players. We'll see if we can get a shot of them at some point. Little kids on that sidelines looking so cute. So Padilla, as we zoom back in. Padilla, big rush and taken down out past the 50. A big loss on the play. Gilbert full throttle. Jalen Aranda, the senior, blitzing from the back end. And there they are. Right now, the future Wolves are being called in, maybe to provide an offensive spark for the Wolves. They've been gearing up. Hey, don't doubt the size. Don't judge the book by its toddler cover. They can bring it. They are ready to be called in. Saavedra will knock this one and taking off the 1-hop. And good flagpole by Justice Sims. Going to work. Or they say it was Jordan Moreland on the flagpole. PA announcers here do a tremendous job, and then some. Broncos and Saints, 6-0. Almost midway through the 2nd quarter, Broncos on top. Couple field goals. Broncos defense, spectacular. Bo Nix, a rookie quarterback that they're slowly breaking in. A lot of good pieces for the Broncos. It all starts with their getting their rookie quarterback to take the next step. Barton, handoff inside. Still on her feet, out past the 35, and works her way to about the 37-yard line. Tigers. Fantastic pickup by Jalissa Guerrero. Guerrero with a couple spin moves, worked that out past the 35, finally taken down. And right now for Gilbert, it's really just having a couple good drives, sustaining the clock, and they could be close to picking up their 5th win. Chandler has to try to stem the tide. Little option pitch. Good work, and that takes him out past the 50. And once again, it's Guerrero. Jalissa Guerrero. Jalissa is number 5. Jasmine is number 12. In case you're scoring at home. The Guerreros. Jalissa, a senior. Jasmine, a sophomore. Right now, Chandler High trying to come up with a key stop. Trying to turn the tide here. Man in motion for the Tigers. A little trickeration and good tackle. Excellent work by Myra Cayo. Tackle for a loss as we wind down to 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. First half was a long one. This one running fast. Great pace. Barton, couple backs in the backfield. Barton steps up. Fire it to the sideline. She's got a receiver. Good pitch and catch. That was a good play call right there. In on the reception, Jasmine Guerrero. So good play call by the Tigers. They had a couple backs in the backfield. They took off. It looked like Barton was going to take off, and she stopped, and Guerrero wide open on that sidelines. Good pickup. Moves the ball to the 39-yard line. $1:40 and counting left in the 3rd. Barton, good snap. Will tuck and take off. And how about the flagpole with a vengeance? Camille Files. You can't stop Camille Files. You only can hope to contain her. And the Blonde Bomber racing off the field after that great flag pull. She came out with authority. Not on my watch, she says. Third down situation. Wolves bringing the intensity. Needing a defensive stop. Big rush. That's thrown out in the flat. That's worked to about the 30-yard line. And it's Dana. Kalia Dana, who's done just about everything and then some. A big interception. 25-yard pick six. Doing great work on the receiving end, and she also drove the team bus here. That's how talented she is. First down, or call it a third down. Tigers spreading them out. Man in motion. They fake inside. Barton avoids the rush, steps up. She'll tuck and take off inside the 25 and taken down at about the 23. In on the flagpole. Olana Young. And that is going to wind down the third. 14-0 Gilbert with the lead and marching. We'll take a short timeout. Tigers and Wolves on the Chandler High Sports Network. So here it is, fourth down situation as we start the fourth. Tigers up 14-0. Barton shotgun, tight formation. Barton, quick pass, fires it over the middle, and that's going to be good enough for a Tigers first down. Good pitch and catch in the middle of the field, and coming up big is one of the star receivers, Aubrey Flores. Alana Young on the flagpole. Right now, Gilbert just chewing up real estate and chewing up the clock. One back, and that's going to be a false start against Gilbert. And that's about the only thing Gilbert has done wrong in this half. Brian Winstead and his team has really played a flawless third quarter. And now for them, they are just trying to put a dagger into the Wolves. And that way, Kalia Dana can drive the team bus and her teammates home. Barton, man in motion. Chandler rushing too, little dump off, and that is dropped. That time, excellent defense by Chandler, mixing up the rush. Justice Sims bringing that big time pressure, as well as Remington Steele Douglas. It's going to bring up a second down. And the Broncos have gone up on a Javonte Williams touchdown run. Barton fires it in traffic, and that is picked off. Coming up big on the play. Defensively, the Wolves needed it, and they get it. And it's Jordan Moreland. Make that Sedona Hamilton. That was tight in traffic. Want to give credit where credit is due, and Sedona Hamilton coming up big. So Chandler, they're like a swimmer about dropped off in the ocean, treading water, they still have air in their lungs, and they still have enough energy to tread water. And that is where they are right now as they trail 14-0. Now, Ariana Martin back at quarterback. Douglas, bottom of your screen. Martin, avoiding the rush. Fires it downfield and right into the arms and almost into the arms of Douglas. That was in and out of the hands of Briley Gaylord, who was literally playing center field on that pass play. So Martin's trying to stretch the field with her arm and can't falter there. But the decision on that pass play has to be better as the Wolves are trying to mount a comeback right here at Austin Field. Martin, good snap. Fires it, and Carmen Gonzalez a little too high. And once again, it's Gaylord on the coverage. Brings up a third down. Under 9 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Tigers up 14-0. Martin getting the call and Moreland in. Douglas up top, Moreland bottom of your screen. And now Carmen Gonzalez with some words of wisdom for Moreland as she lines up in the slot. And they try to run outside, and Douglas works it out to the 15. Call it the 14-yard line. So that brings up a fourth down. So great defense by the Tigers. So Gilbert, which has the 14-0 lead, and now they're going to get the ball back. This is punted, and Gilbert with accent field position as Gaylord cannot handle the return. She'll take it, and the Tigers will take the field position, very good field position, at about the 42-yard line. 7:22 left.
With the ball spotted on the 42-yard line, the Tigers take the field.
7 minutes left. Chandler needing a big defensive stop. End around. How about the tremendous effort on the flagpole? Wolves flying around the football. Lexi Reyes. Gilbert with the ball at the 40-yard line as time continues to tick away like sands through the hourglass. These are the flag football days of our lives. Tigers looking for their fifth win. Barton running the option, flip outside. Tremendous flag pull by Chandler. Saavedra. Saavedra is a blue-collar, bring-it-all kind of player defensively. She is everywhere. Defensively, this team has really done its job, not just against the Tigers tonight. They played an incredible game the other night against Desert Ridge. Right now, it's the offense has to fine-tune itself. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. Barton and the Tigers just chewing off the clock. Barton all day to throw. Now will tuck and take off, and she works her way inside the 30. They rule her down at about the 27-yard line. So a tremendous pickup for the Tigers, as Chandler just decided to rush one. Chandler High fans rooting their team on, trying to get a spark. Barton avoids the rush and finally flicks it, but they're going to say she was down. And once again, you can't stop Camille Files. You can only hope to contain her. The blonde bomber, once again, her second sack of the night. And if you were starting Camille Files on your fantasy football team, she's coming up big. Couple points so far. But the Tigers, they're okay with it. They're going to milk the clock as we wind down to 4 minutes left, and they're all good with all that. And the Chandler High fans are saying, let's go defense. Gilbert taking their time, and now Gilbert's going to call a timeout. And what they essentially did, ladies and gentlemen, they just milked the play clock and decided to eat up as much time as possible, and then instead of take the penalty, called a timeout. We'll take one as well. .348 left. Chandler defense coming out of the huddle. They seem excited, ready to go. Barton, only one person rushing and just out of the hands of the intended receiver. Barton threw a perfect dime and just a little too long out of the reach. Just out of the reach of Jalissa Guerrero's hands. So now it's Chandler. They're going to call a timeout. 3:36. Talking things over. And we'll talk things over in the press box as well. .336 left. Wolves need some magic in a big way. Padilla back at quarterback, or now it's Ariana Martin going back. That is Martin in the backfield. Douglas in motion. And they run the RPO, and Douglas down the field, incomplete. Wolves right now can sense a little bit of frustration. On that sidelines. 2:57 left as Chandler's looking for a miracle. This would be called the miracle on Arizona Avenue. And that was a near great reception by Moreland. In traffic, could not come down with it. Great effort by Moreland, who's been outstanding. A first half interception that thwarted a drive by Gilbert. Came in a big time as Tigers were looking for their second score. Time winding down to 2 minutes. Chandler, they need a lot quickly and running out of time to make it happen. Martin steps up and the flagpole, a tremendous one. Tremendous effort by the Tigers and bringing the heat. Lola Seeger, a freshman. A big play, and now it's 4th down, and well, Chandler has no choice. They've got to go for it here. As Martin and Gonzalez get the play call from the sidelines, and Chandler will spread the Tigers out in the bottom of the screen. Martin will step up, fires downfield, and that is just out of the arm length of Moreland, but that was a well-thrown ball, just not enough air, and Moreland could not get to it. So the Tigers will take over with a $1:21, and they're going to have an opportunity to sit on this one. 13-0 Broncos over the Saints. 2 minutes left in the first half. Broncos with a couple field goals. Javonte Williams with a rushing touchdown. Spencer Rattler, the former Pinnacle quarterback, former OU, former South Carolina quarterback, in at quarterback for the Saints for the injured Derek Carr. Rush on the outside, flagpole. Alexis Reyes continuing to bring the A effort. 1 minute left, winding down. Chandler, their tough stretch continues. 3 straight losses now after the win to Xavier. And next up, they'll head to Queen Creek on October 22nd, next week. Barton and the Tigers, and that is a fumble dropped on the exchange. Call it ball's dead at the 29. So Chandler's next game, of course, we talked about. That'll be on the 22nd. That's Tuesday. A 5 p.m. Make that, they're going to call that a 4 p.m. matchup, and that's going to do it. The Gilbert Tigers come to town and take care of Chandler High by the count of 14-0. Started early with a Kalia Dana 25-yard pick six. Jalissa Guerrero on the point after. Made it 7-0. Jordan Moore with a big interception thwarting a Tigers drive. And then it was Barton, a 22-yard touchdown pass to Jalissa Guerrero. Point after is good, and Chandler High could just never get anything cooking offensively. So they fall to 1-5. Next up, a Tuesday matchup at Queen Creek. And Gilbert picks up their 5th win. Their next matchup is at Desert Ridge a week from today. We appreciate you dialing us up on the Chandler High Sports Network for all the great administrators on the campus of Chandler High. We appreciate Jim Culver, Sports Information Director, Athletic Director, that is, giving us the opportunity to showcase these great athletes for all the great Chandler High alumni out there and all the great athletes on campus. Once you wear blue, you're always a member of the Wolves Nation. For Apollo Hutchison on the live stream, who does such a great job showcasing all these great athletes, I'm Joe Pequeno. Once again, the final from Austin Field. The Tigers with a 14-0 victory over Chandler High. This has been a presentation of Chandler High Athletics.